An Overview of the Images of Women in Media by Elizabeth Armitage. When watching the documentary film Misrepresentation for the first time, it is not unusual to feel uncomfortable after the first few minutes of the film. The viewer is bombarded with video clips and photographs of women being sexualized and objectified. When shown all at once, they are shocking, but we see them during our daily lives, and most of us never think about how pervasive this portrayal, this image of women truly is. The article titled Media Images of Women on Questia outlines a few stereotyped roles into which the media attempts to cram female representation. The first of these is the artificial look, a term defined by Jean Kilbourne as an ideal of female beauty that is impossible, sometimes even unhealthy for most women to try to achieve, because it is artificial. These images often feature models who have a body type only common to about 5% of all real women. Or, worse, their bodies are digitally altered to resemble that body type artificially. These images are entirely artificial. Studio lighting, airbrushing, and computer enhancement all combine with the model's physical appearance to create an idea of what is normal that is completely off base. An article titled Images of Women in the Media by Family Education states, quote, "Most women shown in the media are fantasy creations. There is very little reality to them." End quote. The second theme that the media frequently applies to women is that of dismemberment, that is, representing them as fragmented and idealized body parts. This can be a woman's lips, legs, breasts, butt, etc. Not only are these women dehumanized, they are segmented into their individual parts, which are then in turn idealized. Sue Jolly points out that, by doing this, women become objects that are to be consumed. And this doesn't just apply to strictly visual aspects of media either. It is more of a cultural attitude, as can be illustrated by when Sarah Palin, a politician, was interviewed about whether or not she'd had breast implants.
Breast implants, did you have them or not? Because that's all over the internet about you in mainstream media. Well, first, Greta, you know why we love you? Because you're not afraid to ask the questions, and I gotta respect you for asking that question, because I know that Boobgate is all over the internet right now, because there are a lot of, I guess, bored, idle bloggers and reporters with nothing else to talk about. And I think some of those folks, too, they need to perhaps grab a shovel, go down to the Gulf, volunteer to help, clean up and save a whale or something, instead of reporting on such stupid things like that. No, I have not had implants. I can't believe, that we're even talking about this.
A third related theme common in media is that of commodification, women being presented as an object to please and be consumed by men. Take, for example, this clip of Megan Fox in Transformers. Now, this scene could have been a great example of a strong and independent female character not needing the male character to save or take care of her, but it was instead twisted into a scene constructed in a way that draws most of the attention to her body, and makes it clear that the male character is having a difficult time focusing on the conversation because he is distracted by her body. Another theme discussed by Irving Goffman is that of the so-called feminine touch. That is, a woman's hands tracing the outline of an item or simply holding the item. This also applies to self-touch, a woman's hands holding or caressing her own face or body. This touch signifies that the thing being touched is valuable and desirable in some way. Women are also frequently portrayed in a childlike role in mass media. Whether she's sitting on a man's lap, being protected, being assigned an immature and moody personality, or being labeled as the weak one, media sources, especially film, like to polarize women and men, women as the weak and the childlike, and men as the strong and staunch protectors. Let's look at some statistics on women in media to make some sense of how poor portrayal and stereotypes might be affecting women. The Women's Media Center 2015 report on portrayal of women in media looked at many factors, one of which was sexualization of women in media. As you can see, in 2013, both sexualized attire and exposed skin had become slightly more prevalent since 2007, though referenced attractiveness had gone down a bit. Meanwhile, around 40% of 13 to 39-year-old women in media had been costumed in sexy attire, and an average of 38% had been partially or fully naked. A graph shows that women are highly underrepresented character-wise in media. there was actually a decrease in female protagonists from 2013 to 2014. This infographic, found on Feminist Current, reflects the 2015 report of the Global Media Monitoring Project report, which revealed that while women make up 50% of the population, only 24% of news subjects, which is anyone heard, read about, or seen in newspaper, television, and radio shows, are female. Barbara Lukey conducted a study studying the roles portrayed by men and women in newspaper photographs, examining 4 Connecticut papers. She found that, for the most part, there are many more photos of men than of women, and that the roles of both are fairly stereotypical. Men are placed in professional and sporty roles, while women are placed in a more spousal role. As dismal as these statistics may seem, however, it would seem that things are beginning to look upwards. In the article titled, "How Women Are Portrayed in Media, Do You See Progress?" on the Huffington Post, author Caroline Turner writes about the small but good changes that she's seeing in media portrayal of women. She said, quote, "I see powerful women anchors in respected television news shows. I see more women experts on the Sunday morning talk shows." End quote. Progress may be slow, but awareness is the first step in creating balance and fair representation in media. The more we as a society become aware of the problem, the more we as consumers can push back at the issue and send incessant feedback to the people who run media until they have to listen.